Hey everybody, one that always bored, never boring. Bit of an interesting announcement today from Games Workshop. They have started this new thing called New Model Monday, where every week throughout March they're going to showcase a new miniature on a Monday. And the miniature that they have shown today, on the 1st of March, is Kritza the Rat Prince, who happens to be a vampire. And this is interesting for people who are looking forward to Cursed City. I'm going to read the little bit of background information about Kritza, and then we'll see about making some wild speculations. The website reads, "This well-dressed fellow hails from the Vargos dynasty of soul-blight vampires. As you can probably tell from his fancy attire, Kritza was once counted among the nobility of Ulfenkarn, and of course Ulfenkarn, as we know, is the location for the new Warhammer Quest game Cursed City. Unfortunately, his attempts to secretly undermine the Lord of the Land led him to an ill fate, and he was horribly mauled by Radukar the Wolf. Against all odds, Kritza escaped by heaving himself into a corpse cart and playing dead among the lifeless bodies it carried. He sustained his ravished body by feasting upon the blood of the rats he found gnawing on the corpses stowed alongside him. Kritza soon discovered he'd unwittingly been granted the blood kiss by his ferocious assailant and was slowly evolving into one of the Soulblight. You may have noticed the Rat Prince's fabulous, or should that be verminous, cloak and somewhat murine appearance. Well, it appears that his unorthodox transformation into a vampire had some unusual side effects. In addition to being accompanied by his vermintide of rats, both living and undead, Kritza can transform into a swarm of rodents to evade his foes. And that's it for the character's background, and as you can see they have shown off the miniature, and it really is a rather nice miniature. As with Radukar with his massive wolf cloak, Kritza has this huge rat cloak. It's obviously from the same designer, but this is one of their cheaper cloaks. And I do really like the noble poise that the miniature has, the stride, the cane, the sword. I think it's a really nice looking miniature. Although I'm not so sure about the tails coming out from under the cloak, or the fact it appears to be on an oval base. I think for people who are looking forward to Cursed City, this character reveal is interesting because obviously the background of the character links into the Cursed City storyline. But also it's interesting to speculate if he is actually going to have a role within the Cursed City board game, which seems pretty likely. The way I see it, there are potentially 3 things they're going to do with this character. It is perhaps just going to be a new Age of Sigmar release, and it just so happens that they're using that as an opportunity to flesh out the backstory of the Cursed City in the process. The second possibility is this is a very advanced tease for a new expansion for the Cursed City, and this is going to be another villain or another character that is going to be appearing in one of those expansions at some point. Games Workshop have said that the models featured in New Model Monday could come from any game system in either the Mortal Realms or the 41st Millennium, so there's no reason why it can't be something from one of their board games. But there is a third option, and this is the option that I think is probably the most likely, or it seems the most obvious to me. I think this is a new character that is being released for the Age of Sigmar tabletop game, rather than as something we're going to see as an expansion for Cursed City. However, we know that there is a Cursed City novel coming out, which is probably going to be a prequel to the events of the board game, and we know that that book is going to include a new character card for use in the Cursed City. It's almost certainly the case that that new character is going to be an expensive miniature from the Age of Sigmar line, and what better miniature to choose than a brand new vampire. All of the Warhammer Quest games have had that enemy of my enemy situation, where there are unlikely team-ups between forces that wouldn't normally work together but are doing so for a greater good or for their own personal goals. And I see no reason why a vampire with a grudge against Radukar would not team up with our heroes to assist in Radukar's downfall. So pure speculation on my point, but my prediction is that this is a character who is going to feature in the Cursed City novel. He will have a character card in the Cursed City novel and will be released so that people can pick up that miniature to use in their games of Cursed City, as well as, of course, for using in Age of Sigmar. That to me seems like the most likely situation, and if this is the character in the Cursed City novel, I think it's a really good choice. Unlikely alliances team-ups between people who don't necessarily trust each other, allies who could turn on you at any moment. It's all great story-building stuff, and the kind of thing that I've come to expect from the Warhammer Quest line at this point. But what does everybody else think? Let me know in the comments. And that's it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider pressing the like button. If you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so. And hopefully, I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.